Cadillac Queen, y'all hear me knocking, well let me in. As you can see, YouTube, the inventory done got bigger. Got more Edelbrock parts. Little MSD ignition stuff too as well. Alright, YouTube, let me give y'all the breakdown. Alright, as y'all can see, YouTube, I went ahead and ordered the Edelbrock bracket. I know I had to get it. This is the throttle body and kick down kit right here. Part number 8041. As y'all can see, this was what was going on with the other one I tried to modify. Y'all see that second hole right there? It needed to go over a little bit more to line up with those linkages on the side of the carburetor. I didn't trust it. I don't want to have no issue with that. So I went ahead and just spent the money, man. It's what it look like when you spend your money. Went ahead and did it so I ain't got to go back and do it. So when I go to boat and everything on, everything fit, everything lined up, and that's that. All right, YouTube, as y'all can see, for my vacuum port fittings, I got both of those, one for the front, one for the back. Part number 8199. That's 1/4 to 3/8 in or whatever. Because a lot of people don't know that every intake manifold is different. This intake manifold is a 7111 Performer RPM Oldsmobile intake manifold, one of the biggest one they have. So that fitting right there fits that. Like a lot of the Chevy ones, they 3/8 right there. So yeah, Edelbrock don't put it in instructions. That's what they should have did. And the instructions just should have had every bit, every piece that came with this intake manifold, which it didn't. What they did put in there, they helped another brand out, which is Felpro. I don't know if Edelbrock owned them, but they recommended that you use Felpro gaskets, which I use Felpro anyway. So I didn't understand that part, but figured it out. Searched for it. I bought it all. All right, on to the next. All right, YouTube. As y'all can see, this is a bore heat installator gasket right here. Part number 9265. That's not it in the box. It's actually on the carburetor. I see how thick that is. Thick that is like a tarry feeling or whatever. But that's for in the summertime when you're riding, or period when the motor get hot, which I feel like it should have came with the carburetor or the intake manifold instead of this thin boy right here, this paper thin gasket, which that's what it came with. But anywho, this is for when you're riding on a hot day. Let's say you're riding around all day or a couple of hours, pull up at the store, whatever, turn the car off, run in there, go get you a drink, go back to the car, crank it up. It don't want to start because it's hot. What it is the new style gas gets real hot. The ethanol gets real hot on it. And if it's all the way to this manifold, which is hot, to the carburetor, that thing will be in there boiling. That ethanol gas will be in there boiling. So yeah, I did my little research, went ahead and got it, so I won't have that type of problem. So that's what that is. Part number 9265. As y'all can see here, went ahead and got my calibration spring kits. Part number 1464. Easy to adjust. Y'all see this? Easy to adjust to put in. I'm gonna show y'all where you put them in and how easy it is to adjust. This air filter here, this is my Plan B air filter, because y'all know I have a ram air, dual ram air that I want to run. That's on my car now. But this manifold, this intake manifold, this Performer RPM, part number 7111, is 2 inches higher than a factory intake manifold. The ram air intake is even taller than that, so it brings it up more. So this is just in case I have some hood clearance. I got that running just in case. I bought that just for that purpose, just in case if I can't run it, you know. So that's what that's for. This Edelbrock ProFlow 1000 series, or excuse me, 1002 series Edelbrock air breather. A lot of people don't like this style, but I got it to work with my combination. back to the calibration spring kit. The part number 1464. Okay. This is a plus on Edelbrock. Easy to change them out. You just unscrew that. Those turn out. Those turn out. Pull the old ones out. Put the new ones in. Whatever one you want. Your calibration. They actually sell more than that too. But yeah, so I got that. So I won't have no issues on that end. So I'm trying to make it to when I bolt this up, I have no problems, no issues. Chrome thermostat housing. Part number 4733. This is not Edelbrock. I didn't find one for this style for Edelbrock. As y'all can see, it fits all the Oldsmobile motors. From a 330 to a 350 rocket to a 425 to a 455 and a 403, because this is for a 403 and y'all see it's fitting. For the thermostat, as y'all can see, YouTube, I got the high performance thermostat. Part number on it is 8604. This is a 180 degree, so it opened up at 180 degree. My factory one, man, it opens up like at 190 to 195. I went lower. I could have even went lower and got a 160, but I was like, yeah, 180. That's when I wanted to open up and already do its thing. All right, YouTube. Now back to this line. This is a Pro Fitted Pro Classic line. Part number 81233. That's what that is. This is actually from my dual feed. Y'all see this right here? That's the dual feed line. They sell single ones too as well, but I went ahead and got the dual feed, so it'll pump gas on both sides of the carburetor. This carburetor, the AVS2, I don't know about the old series. Y'all see that screw right there that opens up? One side of that dual feed line come on that side and feeds the carburetor, and then it comes on that side. You unscrew that, and you know that's the little factory if you run a regular hose just like Edelbrock been doing. The AVS2 is something special. That's the new technology on it. It don't just squirt the gas in the bowls. It actually has like jets inside of it, so it spray better. So yeah, YouTube, that's what's going on with that. But this line right here, it screws into that from the carburetor. I also have another line that's coming tomorrow, which or I'm gonna order it tomorrow. The part number on that is a stainless steel braided fuel line that goes from the fuel pump to the fuel pressure regulator. I'm gonna run that, but that line is part number 8124, and my fuel pressure regulator bypass return, it's a 180 gallon per hour that I'm gonna get, part number 174053. It's a bypass return versus these little Spectrum deadhead fuel pressure regulators. I gotta give me a bypass return, so I'm gonna go with the Edelbrock. I just gave y'all the part number to the Edelbrock. That line that I told y'all that I needed, the other one, the stainless steel braided fuel line, looks something like that except for it's stainless steel. The part number on that 8124, that goes from the fuel pump to the fuel pressure regulator. And this line right here goes from the carburetor, which is the dual feed, to the fuel pressure regulator bypass. So yeah, man, that's what I'm doing. I got a fuel pressure regulator coming. Y'all remember this? This is the heater core valve fitting, part number 8076. Goes in the back right there. That big hole took me forever to figure out what size that was. I think that it ended up being 1 inch or whatever. A lot of people don't know. They don't, like I say, they don't put it in the instructions. These are my bolts. These work for 3 different intake manifolds. They work for a 2711, a 3711, and a 7111. All Edelbrock intakes. They all work for all 3 of those intakes. So yeah, YouTube, that's what's going on with that. I got my fuel pressure gauge from Mr. Gasket, part number 1561. It's on my fuel pressure regulator. Want to have that gauge so I can read what it's doing. I Okay, got my gasket sealer. Probably didn't need it, but I got it anyway, just because it's Edelbrock. Part number 9300C. Got it. Also, got the MSD distributor cap and rotor. Of course, I'm going to get the MSD ignition coil and the MSD ignition cover, which I think this should have came with it, but it didn't. Bought it from O'Reilly's. Bought that from O'Reilly's. Yeah, man, but anyway, man, Edelbrock make it real hard, man. Especially here lately, man, because I've been going to like in certain stores. Out of them all so far as a parts store, out of all three of the other parts store versus Advance, Napa, AutoZone, O'Reilly's probably got the best aftermarket aisle, but they don't have everything. Like it's certain stuff I had to go online to get like that, like those, and I couldn't even order them from the stores because a lot of the Edelbrock stuff is the venue, they out of stock. They out of stock venue, so online. Some of it I did. Like this right here, I had to go to Advance to get it. Like each part store had something different that the other ones didn't. I think I ordered that from AutoZone. But yeah, YouTube, man. So I've been having to search because they didn't give me no kind of instructions in the intake instructions or whatever about what part you need. They should have just put it, everything that you needed, every part number that you needed for that intake manifold should have been recommended. Just like they recommended that you should use the Felt Pro intake manifold gaskets. But they didn't, man. So I also got my heater valve core. That's the part number on it. I also have my throttle body linkage. That's through Spectrum. Yeah, man, I want everything clean. I want everything to bolt on. Like I said, I got about 3 more parts, man, that I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on the other line that gave y'all the number 2. Waiting on the fuel pressure regulator. And I'm also waiting on the hot idle solenoid that I'm gonna run on this. I don't have to run it, but I'm running it because my factory one got one. The part number for that is 8059. It's about 190, 195 bucks. So yeah, man, I'm down to about 4 more parts. That's right, y'all. I also get the carburetor fitting hose for the brake booster. Part 8080, Edelbrock 8080 goes on the back. Yeah, I could probably use the one. It's my old carburetor, but y'all know since I didn't went this far, I got to go all the way new. So yeah, I'm gonna order that. Because like I say, it's out of the venue of all the other parts store. They can't even order. It's out of their venue. It's out of stock in their venues or their VDP or whatever. So yeah, man. Part 8080, I got to get that. It's about 17 bucks. Got the bracket. Fuel pressure regulator. The brake booster fitting hose. The other line. And the idle solenoid. And I think I have pretty much everything, YouTube. Just pretty much giving y'all an update of what's going on. I was gonna use those, man, but like I said, man, those are deadhead fuel pressure regulators. I'm gonna go ahead and order the bypass return fuel pressure regulator through Edelbrock. Have everything matching for 1, and then for 2, I want the good. I want the best of the best. I don't want to have no problems when I go to boat and everything on. I want everything to work. I don't want to go back to the drawing board. None of that, YouTube. But yeah, man, I got to get, like I said, I got to get the rest of the MSD ignition stuff. Got to get the MSD control module too. Ignition coil. And superconductor 8.5 wires too that go with it. And then the cover. But yeah, man, we working still, man. That's why I haven't dropped. Trying to gather everything. Oh, another thing I'm gonna do too, YouTube. I was gonna paint that clear because I love that look. I wish I could keep that, but one thing y'all should know about these raw manifolds, once you get oil or something on them, man, it's hard. It's staying. It ain't gonna keep that finish. And if I heard if you clear coat it, man, it'll come with it like after a while from the heat, it'll turn like a whitish. So what I'm gonna do, man, is I'm gonna go ahead and paint it the General Motors blue like the rest of my block on my car. And that way it'll be easy maintenance to keep it clean. Of course, y'all know I already got the Edelbrock intake valve covers on it. All the other chrome pretty stuff, so we have enough chrome on it. But yeah, man, that's pretty much what we got going on. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Over and out, YouTube.